Hello everyone, this is our science for week 5. It's about the plant kingdom. Last week we learned that scientists divide living things into 6 kingdoms. One of these kingdoms is the plant kingdom. So also plants are classified into different groups. Plants are classified into 2 groups. Plants with roots, stems, and leaves, and plants without roots, stems, and leaves. The plants that are with roots and stems and leaves have a system of tubes that moves water from the ground into the cell, such as the violet plant. It has stems, and the stem moves the water throughout a system of tubes, into the cell. Whereas plants without roots, stems, and leaves, they grow close to the ground, thus they take in water directly from the soil like the mosses. We can also classify plants whether they have seeds or not. What does a seed do for the plant? So let's take an example of the apple. Inside the apple we find seeds. This seed, if we plant it, water it, it will grow into a new tree. This tree is going to make more apples. So it's going to reproduce. So a seed allows the plant to reproduce or to make new plants. Whereas some plants do not have seeds, so how can they reproduce? They have spores instead. These spores reproduce into new plants, such as the horsetail plant. It doesn't have seeds, it has spores instead. So how do plants get what they need? Plants use energy from sunlight and take up water and nutrients from the soil. Now let's talk about the role of each part of the plant. Let's start with the roots. What is the role of roots? Roots take up water and nutrients from the ground. They keep plants firmly in the soil. Roots are covered with root hairs. They are thin cells that look like thread. They take in the water and the nutrients. And we have 2 kinds of roots, the taproot and the fibrous root. The taproot, for example, the carrot, the radish. We eat actually this part of the carrot, which is the root. Whereas other kinds of plants have fibrous roots like the grasses. Now let's check what's the role of stems. They move food, water, and nutrients throughout the plant, and they hold the plant upright. We also have 2 kinds of stems. Woody stems that are strong and they cannot bend, like shrubs or trees, and non-woody stems. They are soft and bendable, like the bamboo trees. Now let's check the role of leaves. Why are leaves important? Leaves are the kitchen in the plant. It's where the food is being made. The process of making food is called photosynthesis. The food is called plant sugar. So what happens during photosynthesis? Leaves take in light energy, sunlight energy. The roots take in water and nutrients from the soil. Also, they take carbon dioxide from the air. So all of these elements are now inside the plant. All of them go inside the cells in the leaves. Inside the cell, we have chloroplasts, remember? And chloroplasts have chlorophyll. It's the part of the cell that makes the food. Once the food is being made, which is called plant sugar, the leaves release oxygen. So they get rid of wastes, which is the oxygen. So we remember that one of the life functions of living things or organisms is to get rid of wastes, remember? So plants do not get rid of waste the same way as human beings and animals do. No, that's how they get rid of wastes, through releasing oxygen. So if photosynthesis makes food energy, respiration releases it. Photosynthesis is the opposite of respiration. And if photosynthesis happens during the daylight or daytime, then respiration, when does it happen? During nighttime, because there's no sunlight. Let's learn now about the parts of a leaf. What does each part help the leaf do? We know that the roots take in water from the ground. Veins carry the water from the roots to the stem and move water into each leaf. This is a vein. It's what the water goes through. Carbon dioxide enters through stomata. What are the stomata? They are tiny holes at the bottom of the leaves. Stoma is one, stomata more than one. Now let's learn about the epidermis. Epidermis, it's like the skin of the leaf. It protects the leaf and keeps water inside it. What if the plant has enough water? What would happen? Stomata will stay open and then water will escape. So if the plant has more than enough water, water is going to escape from the leaf through stomata. This process is called transpiration. Okay, so when the plant has enough water, the water escapes the plant through the stomata, and this process is called transpiration. Now let's go back to the mosses. Mosses and ferns, we said that they do not have seeds, but instead they have spores. Mosses and ferns use spores to reproduce or to make new plants because they don't have seeds. So what are the spores? A spore is a cell in a seedless plant that grows into a new plant. Spores grow inside spore cases. These are the tiny spore cases that protect them from too much heat or too little water. Now, what do we use plants in? Why do we use plants, or how do we use them? We use plants and plant parts such as bulbs, tubers, leaves, stems, roots, and flowers for food. These are the bulbs and these are the tubers. We also use plants for clothing and medicines. Thank you.